Okay. So this was the code using which we were writing file, and we used read as well as tell also. Okay, we did some read operation also, but in this we were reading file and we were moving the file pointer also from position to position. So initially when you go with read, it's reading all the data. So file position where exactly it is at the end of the pointer. So S1 is nothing in that case. If you try to read S1, of course it is reading here. Okay, next thing what we are doing here, once again we are moving the file pointer to beginning. If you look at this, s equal to file object dot read, this is reading all the data available in the file. So file pointer where it is at the end of the file. When we try to read here, again data from the given file, S1 is empty string. We don't have any data in the S1. Okay, but now what we do, n equal to file object dot tell, this tells you where exactly the file pointer is. Inside the file, where is the pointer? Okay, so it's going to print n. Suppose I think we deal with the two files, some 134 or 133 number of data you had, that was printing actually. So if we go with the my first new.txt, let me open that file and show you. Okay, my first new.txt, this is getting opened, but here I want to open that my first new. So total number of files, bytes, how many in this? It is 123 bytes. We had 123 bytes. So here it's going to print number of bytes 123. Sorry, this is going to print n equal to 123. Then S1, it doesn't print anything. Empty string it's going to print. Okay, after that what we are doing, we are moving file pointer again to the beginning of the file. We are seeking to beginning of the file. So therefore it can read now. When I say S1 file object dot read, it's going to be reading up to some SA. Okay, SA is here. If you open this, see, up to this is going to read. Opening SA only we get when we go with the read 10. Okay, so n equal to file object dot tell, it says here you are at the 10th position in the given file, and it prints here n. So now what happens, we are going to read rest of the data and we print these things. Like this, we were using read operation. So using read operation, we could read data from the given file. We have
Excuse
write.
me.
Yes, sir.
I'm not able to see your screen.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So if you look at this, we are opening existing file in the read mode. Are you seeing now? So
Okay.
okay. So with this, we are opening the existing file in the read mode. Then after that, we read all the data in the available file. This line reads all the data from the file. File object dot read, it reads till end of the file. Then what it does, it's printing the whatever data is retrieved from the file, it's printing here with print s. Next thing is what here, we are creating, once again we are trying to read. But with this read operation, it's reading all the data and moved the file pointer to the end of the file. When it's reaching end of the file, no, you don't have any other data to read. So S is getting printed here, that is fine. But when you go with S1 equal to file object dot read, it is trying to read data, but no data is available. Therefore, S1 is empty there. You have actually empty string. Okay. And one more thing, what we are doing, where the file pointer is, you want to find out. Therefore, we write n equal to file object dot tell. That says we are at the which position? 123 position. Total number of bytes are 123. So therefore, it prints here 123. N equal to 123 we have. When we execute this, it says the file pointer is at 123. Then what we do, we print S1. In the S1, we don't have anything because already this read operation has reached the end of the file. When you try to read, it cannot retrieve any data. So therefore, this is going to be empty string here. Then after that, what I'm doing, again, I am moving file pointer to beginning of the file using seek method. Okay, so with the help of seek function or seek method, we move the file pointer to beginning. So when you try to read here, what is happening, it can read up to SA in a given file. So if you look at this, up to this point, it can read data because 10 characters we are reading from the given file. So it prints 10. Then after that, where is the file pointer? It's at the 10th position. So with this, it prints it as 10. Okay. The next thing what we do here, we are going to s2 equal to file object dot read. This is going to be reading from the 10th position. That means from here, it's going to read. From me, it's going to be reading. Okay, it's going to read from me. Then after that, print s1 and print s2 we are doing. So in between, what we do, we print, okay, second line, something like this we put. Then you can see clearly the second line data. Like this we put here. Okay, this is going to show you exactly what is S1 data and what is S2 data. We have both S1 and S2. So in the S1, it's going to contain data up to here ME in the given data. Opening SA we have here. This data is printed with the first print statement, print S1. Okay. Similarly, when you go with the S2, it's going to be reading rest of the data. So now you can see clearly the file here. It's going to print even the file pointer. Where is the file pointer? It's at the 10th position. Initially at the 123 position, but after that we reset it to beginning of the file. So therefore, what happens? It moves to beginning of file. After that, we are reading only 10 characters. It is going to read up to this one, opening essay. It's going to read just opening essay. Then after that, it's going to find out where the file pointer is, and equal to file object dot tell, that says 10. So print current position of the file pointer. It says 10. Then after that, we are reading once again from 10th position. We read data. Therefore, from here it's going to pick the data. Say me file with append mode. From there you are going to get it. Then after that we print S1. Then we separate the first line with second line. Then we print S2. Then we close the file object. Now let me once again run this and show you. Okay, this is G. Now here just type Python followed by file read.py. So what it says in this, very first thing, opening same file with append mode adds new content to the existing file. If the file is not existing, creates a new file. Then what it says, current position of the file pointer 123. So with this it prints 123. Next thing is what, print S1. In the S1 there is no data because already it moved to the end of the file. So when you try to print that, when you try to retrieve that S1 equal to, we don't get anything. Reason, already that moved to the end of the file. Okay, so next step what we do here, it says 123 here. This is fine here. So next thing what we try to do here, once again we are moving the file pointer to the beginning. So when you move file pointer to beginning, this is at the beginning position. After that, what we do, we try to read here first 10 characters. When we read first 10 characters, it says opening essay. Then we are trying to print second line of data. The second line of data is how much here? S2. So S2 is going to be rest of the data. So when you look at this one, from ME to end of the file, it's going to read data. The same thing is getting printed. Me file with append mode. So like this is printing for us. Okay, so we opened the file, we moved the file pointer to different locations. In the same way, we moved the file pointer to beginning of file. So similarly, wherever you want to move, you can move file pointer within the given file. Then once it reaches end of the file, no longer it can read data. So that way, here we have written code to read data from the given file. Now similarly, we can read in number of ways. So this is just reading file, but you can read data in number of ways. Even you can read one character. If you want to read one character, you can read only one character, or number of characters you can be reading. As long as it's not end of the file, you can actually read that particular data. And you can read data using with statement also. Sometimes you can use with statement. When you read with statement, what happens is, I mean, we did not explicitly close the file object. Okay,
Is it
here
with
what's, yeah,
which
with,
statement is it with?
yes, with statement,
Oh,
you can
okay.
write it. So when you write with statement, we need not write actually any close. Automatically, it's going to close. Now, let me read one by one line of data and try to print it. Okay, so let us write another program in this. Okay, so there are two lines in this, I think. In the given file, we have two lines in this. It's containing two lines. Therefore, what we do, we read now line by line in this. First of all, we need to create here a file object. We can create a file object, then we can read with that. So for that purpose, we use the with statement. So come to this, here write with, then I write like this, with open, then I try to write the file name. The file name here is same file name I should use. I put here this one. In the read mode, I'm opening it as file object. Put like here file object, then I put the colon. In this block, I should be. Then I have to read line by line. So I put here for ln, write like this here, for ln in file object. So here in this, I try to print ln. So line by line, I can read here. And before this, we can use here another variable. Lnum is 1. We use here. Then in this, first we print here line number equal to, we go with this, then here we print lnum plus plus. After that, it should increase. Then we put here ln. So like this, we are trying to print the data from the file. Here we don't need to close explicitly the file. File automatically gets closed once it comes to end of the file. So every time it's going to print here line number for us. So this one, file read in line. Okay. Now I come to this point, then here I write Python file read in lines dot py. I type. Invalid syntax, it says. Fine. So if we go to this, Invalid syntax. Mhm. This is correct only. Then why it says invalid syntax? Fine. Here we put %d. Then what we put here? %s. Then after % we put, then here inside this, close another bracket. Still, why this gives error? I'm passing 2 parameters, but this should not be an error. Okay, so this is taking it as %s. It is integer correct, but in the brackets I put this. A comma it should take. Why it is not taking comma in this? When you go with fine, %d, %s we have taken. Then after that, okay, probably extra bracket is required there. Here I put this as lnum plus plus, then comma. I use here ln. But this is giving error. What is the, why it is giving error? Should not give any error because first argument is d, the second argument is here for us ln. Though we put these in the, okay, we pass this as here, but still this is showing like a, this one we are using, it is still showing error. There are 2 arguments in this. Why it shows? It's not str, %d only we have taken. Lnum is one we have taken. Okay, we put like this. Just I put here lnum. I close this. After that, I increment it lnum plus plus. Okay, plus equal to 1 I should put. Fine. This is the wrong thing here. Plus equal to 1 it is. Here in this I write %d, then %s. I pass like this here lnum. Then this is going to be here comma. After that I put here ln. Okay, so this will not give any error. Now it's going to work.
Line number
Line number 1, line number 2 it is.
2. Yeah.
Opening same file with append mode, add new content to the existing file, /n it is. Then the line number 2, if the file is not existing, create a new file. So it's reading actually here two lines. It's reading 2 lines in this, but %d also must not be getting printed there. Okay, so it should not print like that.
Okay.
For this, we need to format first of all. When you go with the print, I try to put here the placeholder like this. Here also I put here placeholder. Okay, even if I put that, this is the, we are putting here %d, here also %s. Okay, no bracket is required. Just I pause this. It says here equal to percent and percentage. It's straight away printing those things. But I require here not like this. This one. It can't print like that. Just I forgot how to write it. Okay, in such cases can be put simply like this. Then this is here, double quotes closing. Then we put a comma. Then after that, we put here another double quotes. Then we put like this. Anyhow, this is going to be printing for us. No pipe symbol here. Like this we put. It prints. So it says here line number equal to 1, opening same file with append mode, adds new content to the existing file. And line number 2, if the file is not existing, creates a new file. So like this, we are actually printing it. Okay, so what is happening here with the ln? We are reading line by line in this, not all at one time. Line by line, we read here. Now try to create another file. Okay, we create another file. In this, what we do, so with hand we create some file. In this we put some cities names, like Mumbai we put, then we put Delhi. We put these cities. Then here I save as in the G drive. I want to save this cities.txt. The file is. Now when I open this one by one, it's going to print. It says line number 1 Mumbai, line number 2 Delhi, line number 3 Hyderabad, line number 4 New York, line number 5 London, and line number 6 Bangalore. So like this is printing for us. We are reading here line by line. Data is read here line by line. And we don't write anything explicitly with the with statement here.
Okay.
So at one
Can
time,
you explain the with part?
yes.
First line. Yeah.
With open as file object. So with is going to be performing some cleanup operations for us. Normally, whenever you open any file, you need to close explicitly. But in this case, what we do using with statement, it can take care of resources. Okay. So with is nothing but it's a control structure, flow structure, which is going to manage resources. Particularly when you open file explicitly, we need not use any try catch block here, or we need not use any close statement here. So without close statement, without try catch block, we can perform here. So this is with I can say with command. So you can open a file using with. In this case, explicitly we did not close that. If you look at file read.py, we need to close at the end.
Close. Yes.
We need to close at the end explicitly. But here what happens, we need not close anything like that. So just you can open the file. Then after that, whatever you want to perform, you can perform. Whenever it comes to the end of the block, it will close automatically for us the file. So it's going to manage its own resources.
Okay.
So this can perform some garbage collection kind of thing internally. Garbage collection, unwanted objects, whatever you have, they are going to be removed if you write the code with the with statement.
Okay.
So this is an advantage with the with statement in Python. Same kind of statements we use in other languages. In the C# we use using. Similarly, in the Java we use using. So with that we manage the resources. Resources can be managed automatically by the code there if we use the with are using. So with we use with the Python, but using we use with the C# or with the Java code.
Okay.
So this is opening the file and reading line by line data, and it's printing for us there. Now similarly, you can read the binary files. But when you read binary file, you cannot find anything really useful to us. Because here, if it is text data, you can read it. But if it is binary data, you cannot read anything from that. Even if you read also, no point in that case. And you have tried to read a binary file here. We try to read a binary file, nothing but a PDF file we read, or some image file we can read. So let me check some images. If I have any image that can be read, what data we have in that, we can find out. Okay, so this is the G drive. I have CRNA. In this SRC folder, I have a logo. This is some logo I open with with the Microsoft Edge. I try to open. So this is the logo I have for the React.js. This data I want to read now. So this is part of actually the G drive. This is the file name is going to be here. I create once again new file. Okay, right here with what I have written earlier. I need to use here with statement. With that we are going to read the data. So with statement we use here with we write open, followed by we need to specify the file name. I put the file name here slash logo dot I think png file that is. Then here I need to give some name for that. Whenever I open, I should specify the name of the file there. So when I go with the with statement, I should be specifying the name of the file here. In what mode I need to open that? In the binary mode, I need to open BRI write. Binary read mode, I need to open that. Then as say B file, we put like this. It's nothing but B file. We are trying to read that. So in this way, we are trying to read the B file. Then after that, we read all the data. We can read all the data into some variable. Then we try to print, or else one by one character we can read and we can print them. So that is up to us. One by one character we can read, and next what we do, we can actually print one by one there. Here what I write, byte equal to, I should read the very first character. Therefore B file I put here dot read, only one character I want to read. I'm just reading one character in this. Then after that, here I go for a loop while byte. So as long as it can read data, it is going to be true. Okay, that means as long as data is available, it's going to show the data, but whenever data is not found, it says a false value. So here I write print, then the byte. Okay, then at the end of this, once again I need to read here. Same one more byte I need to read. So one byte by byte I'm reading in the loop, then I'm printing it.
Okay.
So initially I opened the logo.png in the binary mode. So this type of file is what exactly? I need to find out here properties and what file, SVG file this is, not PNG file. So this must be SVG file. I need to put this as SVG, scalable vector graphics file. I'm opening this in the binary read mode. Sorry, this I need to save as binary read it is. Like Python file I save. Then here byte equal to b file dot read 1. Just 1 byte I am reading in this. Only 1 byte I am reading here. Then if there is no byte, if it's empty file, that is going to be false. Therefore, it will not come into this particular while loop. But whenever you have data in that, this contains actually a positive number, which is greater than or equal to 0 we have. Otherwise, that will be -1. So at the end of this, what I do, print end of the file. Put like this. This is what end of the file. So once all the data is printed, this is going to print end of the file. Now let us execute this binary read.py file. So it's printing all the things. It has come to end of the file. You can see all the characters which are coming up. One by one, it's reading and it's printing. The data is going to be like this, less than SVG. So this way we have data. It is printing all the data and coming into end of the file. We have come to end of the file and it's printing here.
Oh, okay.
End of the file. One by one character it is read here. End of the file. So one by one character we read it and we come to the end of the file there.
Okay.
So this is what basically the while loop is. In the while loop, we read like the data. Using while loop, we are actually reading byte by byte. Whenever it comes to the end of the file, it is going to be returning a false value. When it is false, what happens? It cannot further continue. Therefore, it comes to print end of the file. One by one character we are reading in this. You can read not one, you can read more characters also here. Okay, suppose I put here some 20 characters. Here also I put 20 characters. What happens? Let us see in this. It is reading up to 20 characters. You can see here. So on 20 characters it's reading and showing like this for us. We can't understand this because this is the binary format. Since this is in the binary format, you can't understand all that. Okay, so this one we may understand in the case of this one, but here if you go with the 3.6, 8114, so what is that? We can't understand that. That is actually the binary format. This is the format for SVG files. PNG has its own format. JPEG has its own format. We have MVF. One is actually what audio files, video files. You have actually MOV file. It has own format. MPEG has its own format. So depending on the type of file, you have data there. Can you mute Swati, please? It's echoing. Okay, so what is happening exactly is it is printing here the data for us. It is reading actually 10 bytes at a time. Earlier it was only 1 byte. Now I'm reading here 10 bytes, 20 bytes, sorry. It's reading 20 bytes at a time and printing on the screen. So whenever it comes to end of the file, what happens here? No longer it can print and says end of the file. So like this, we can read even the binary data. Binary data can be read like this. In the same way, we read actually the text data also. We read text data as well as we read the binary data. Now I show you how to create a binary file. So this is what we have created. We are reading a simple binary, but now we are going to write a binary file. So in this application, so I can create another file. There is a new file, and in this we use with the Python. So we say here, same thing I take here, but in the G drive I try to put that. So in the G drive, I want to write this as mybin.bin. The file name is here bin, and this is bw. I'm going to open the file in the write mode. Okay, so I'm going to open this in the write mode here, or else we say wb also. Write binary file also, you can say this. Then after that, I need to write content into this. So what content I can put is, I try to take some numbers. Before this, I put few numbers. Nums equal to, I can write some 10.5, then 200, then 34, 590, 890, then similarly 23.78. Like this, have few numbers. These numbers I want to write into the file. So here I write, the B file is created for us. So we write here B file dot write. Now I take nums, I'm going to write the nums into that. So this is now going to write a file for us. So once that is ended, I can say print file is created successfully. Like this, we have created the file and it prints at the end, file is created successfully. So this is binary write. We are creating here a binary file using Python code. We have numbers like 10.5, 200, 34, 890, 23.78. So this is going to be written like binary data for us. Let us execute this. Okay. Python, then we write
B file means it's a binary file?
No, some name I give.
Oh, okay.
This is that much. Binary write dot py. Okay, so it's saying error. When I go with that, what it says, it's giving some error for us. Okay, so what I should do in this, I should convert into some byte array. Array is required. So I should use here some byte array. With the help of that, we can do it. Here, BD, it's nothing but binary data. This is equal to, I write here some byte array. Okay, then in this, I need to pass the parameter, it is nums. So nums is converted to now byte array. I should write here BD. Then that will be getting saved in the file. So this will not give any error this time. We need to convert into byte array. So these have to be converted to bytes. Byte array like that, they have to be converted. Then we can write all the bytes into the file. 10.5, 200, 34, 890, 23.78, I have like this. So what I'm doing, I want to write these things into the file. So I cannot pass any list, but I need to convert them into byte array. Then they have to be saved. So every character, every 1 byte, 2 byte, like this, it's going to be saving in that. 10.5 requires some 8 bytes or 4 bytes something. 200 uses 1 byte, 34 uses 1 byte, 890 may use 2 bytes, 23.78 may use 4 bytes. So like this, it's going to be writing data. Okay, so that many bytes will be written now into the file. So internally, everything is binary format. Float object cannot be interpreted as an integer, it says. Line number 3. So when we go with the byte array nums, it says float object cannot be interpreted as an integer. Fine. Then we remove here 10.5 remove. Then we try to put only 23.78. Yes. So when you take the bytes, they must be in the range from 0 to 256, it says. Because since we have 890, it will not take that. Therefore, go with 45. This time, this can be getting saved properly. File is created successfully. So what happens whenever you float data or whenever you have here some number which is more than 1 byte data, in that case it gives error. 890 when you take, it is more than 1 byte. So therefore it was giving some error for us. Okay, so how to handle such things we need to see. But now what happens actually is it can read it, whatever data you have, you need to convert into bytes, then those bytes have to be saved in the file. So here whatever data we have, that data we need to convert into bytes, then they can be saved. Even if you open the file, there are going to be not many, file size is not much. The file name is what mybin.bin. Come to G drive, then in this we go with the mybin.bin. This can't be opened, so we cannot open that file. But we can see that we have mybin.bin file. If you see the properties, it's containing just 5 bytes of data. Okay, so we have only 5 bytes of data in this. Here it is taken everything as 1 byte. Same thing if you write into text file, it's going to be using 1 for 1 byte, 0 for another byte, 2 for 1 byte, 1 byte for 2, 0 for 2, 0 for 1 byte, another 0, 1 byte. So total, like this is going to change if you save like text file. But whenever you write in the binary mode, 10 can be accommodated in 1 byte, 200 can be accommodated in 1 byte, okay, and 34 can be accommodated in another byte, 45 also we can accommodate in another byte. So it requires total here 5 bytes only, it's not more than 5 bytes. So this is the advantage of actually binary file. So B file is nothing but here variable name, we can say it's file object, it's a user identified one. We created B file here. Okay, so we are opening the file as what B file. So B file is going to be pointer to this particular file. So with the B file we can be performing operations. So first what we do, we convert the list into byte array. They should be in bytes. Then after that what we do, we write here one by one byte into this. First of all we get into byte array. Then whenever you say bfile.write bd, all the bytes one by one they'll be written here. So like this is converted into binary file. Whatever data we gave here, everything is getting saved as binary data. Therefore it requires only 5 bytes. Same thing if you try to write into text file, lot of space is required. In the ASCII file or in the text file, you require more space. But in the binary file, it's very compact. And what is happening here? Everything will be saved as here bytes only. So 10 is 1 byte, 200 is another byte, 34 is another byte. So like this, it is converting into bytes and saving. Even floats can be saved. Even other numbers also can be saved. But for that, we need to write more code. We need to convert the float data into individual bytes. Then we can write it. But this is what exactly we are taking data and converting to, say, binary data. Then we are trying to write here. So it is being written into the file. The file name is what here? mybin.bin. This is totally a binary file. It's nothing but a binary file. In the binary file, we saved it. So using here byte array, the data we are converting to byte array, then we are writing. Similarly, suppose you want to write some other data. Okay, what I say here next, write here x equal to byte array. Then I put here 23.4. Then I want to write once again into the B file. So B file, then dot write. Now in this case I write x. Whether this is successful or not, we need to check. Cannot convert float object to byte array. There should be some mechanism to convert float object to byte. So here it's simply, if it is integers and the value is also less than 255, in such cases it's converting into byte and it's saving in the file. Otherwise it's unable to save. I'll tell you how to do those things. They can be called as advanced topics. But here simple data we have taken and we are writing into bytes and they are being written into the given file. And those requirements also as per the application. Normally we don't do such operations, but whenever you are saving your own data, in such cases, complex data, something like object data, so in such cases, we require such mechanisms. Otherwise, like numbers you have here, 10, 200, 34, 45, 23, we are saving them like actually binary data. So therefore, first we convert into byte array, then we are going to be saving it. Like this, a binary file also be created. And if you try to open such binary file, if you try to open with Notepad, really you cannot see much with that. So go with the more apps, then go with the Notepad, and when you open, how it is looking, something like this. This is shown for us. We cannot read the data. What is written in this? We cannot basically read this data, so therefore it's meaningless for us. Swati, understood this?
Hello, can you
Swati.
hear me?
Yes, yes, I'm
Yeah,
here. You understood?
can you explain the width? I'm little bit the width open.
Yes.
The second set. Yeah.
With the statement open, we are specifying a file name as b file. Earlier, how we have written? We have written file equal to open function followed by file name, write mode. So it's same thing
Yes.
like that. It is going to open the file and it's going to associate that file with this variable. B file is nothing but variable name.
Oh, okay.
So then what we do here? Already we declared some number data. 10, 200, 34, 45, 23. Straight away you can't save them. We need to convert them into byte array. So what we are doing here, we are converting it to byte array, bd equal to byte array nums. All the numbers we are converting it to byte array. It's nothing but a byte array data. Bd is nothing but here binary data or byte array data. Think like that. Then what we do, b file dot write bd. So with this, what is happening? Whatever byte array we have, we are saving in the file. Then what I'm trying to do here, x equal to byte array 23.4, but that is giving error. It's giving error. It cannot do anything in such cases because we cannot convert float data into simple byte array. It's giving error. So there should be some other mechanism to convert even the float data into byte array. I'll find out that how to do, because I never encountered such problem actually. So I did not too much on that. Okay, so here what we do, we take the data which is in the list form, converting it to byte array, and we are saving it to the file. So this is binary data. We are reading binary data and we are printing like this here. Suppose if we retrieve same data again using binary read, what happens? Let us see. This is writing. Now I go to this, the binary read, and from this what happens? Let us see. Okay, so here I just want to change this. I put here with. Okay, then this is put open, pasted this, followed by here it is br. I'm going to read just one file here. Sorry, as b file I need to put. B file is nothing but binary file. I just read one character here, only not character, 1 byte data I read. Okay, next also I read 1 byte only. Now what it should print, what it's going to print, see that. This is what binary read. So it's printing /n x8 single quote space underscore single quote and x17, it's printing like this. So this we cannot straight away read. All binary data we are getting from that. What we are getting is actually binary data. So that data we are reading, like characters, they cannot be represented here. So like binary data we are getting here. New line character we get, x8 we are getting, okay, double quote, single quote we are getting, then hyphen single quote we are getting, then /x17 single quote we are getting. So like this, we cannot read them in the normal way. If they are text files, you can read them. But since these are not text files, we cannot read them like that. So this is what here binary data is. Normally, some other applications, they require the binary data. So in such cases, playing some sound so that it can read from that. Then the speaker can be, giving the sound for us. So like that, with those applications, you can be using binary data. Or whenever it is some image file, it can be rendered as image, taking the binary data. So for normal human being reading, it's not actually useful. It's not much useful. Working with the binary data, basically opening a file and reading, it will not be useful to us. Whereas text files, they are of actually much use to us. So what is happening here? We are getting data, but the data is not readable by human beings. There is no meaning even if you read also. You can't interpret much from that. Correct? Swati, understood that?
Yes, now I got it.
So this is what binary file is. Even images, sound, everything is going to be in the binary format for us. Okay. Now shall we work with the Excel or shall we do on Monday?
Can we do it on Monday?
Okay. So, but what you do, just try to practice all these things.
Yeah, I will do that.
And other thing is you need to ask questions me and you need to send through email also if you have any doubts.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I mean, without questions, you can't understand much. Without getting troubled, you cannot learn subject. So you should face errors. And when you solve errors, then at the time, your learning is